Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the STAX Show. Today, after long awaiting,
So long.
two times you couldn't make it, so I'm really glad. I'm really glad that we were able to fit in your busy schedule.
Oh my God.
But
We're
we got
already...
Sanjana Solankii, right? That's how you say
Yeah,
it?
you did.
Sanjana Solankii here with us. Go ahead
Hello.
and
Thank you
introduce
for
yourself.
having me. Yeah, I'm Sanjana Solankii, and we'll be discussing my entrepreneur habits today, I guess. Is that true?
Love that.
Yeah.
So for everybody that doesn't know, me and Sanjana actually went through high school together.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. That was like a really fun time in my life when I met you, like senior year. That was probably the best time of high school, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. Junior year, senior year, I remember.
Senior year was my favorite year as well.
Yeah. Even though we lost half of it.
For everybody, you don't have that many, the responsibilities. I guess I had 5 classes.
Yeah.
So it was super laid back. I had
You're lucky.
Yeah.
I did it. I had like 7.
What? No way.
Yeah, I think I added theater, and that's where I met like everyone else that we know, right? But yeah.
Well, first let's get some backstory.
Yeah.
Where did this entrepreneur spirit come from? Kind of lead us into, how did you even come up with this idea?
Mm-hmm.
And when did that click for you? And you were like, you know what? I want to start this.
Yeah, so, the influence of the entrepreneurship, all of that, it really leads back to high school. And I tell you all the time, Lucas, you and Sil were really big influences of that, because I met you in a time when I was like, I really want to do something, but I was too shy, etc. And like, I don't know if you remember, but I ran for like student council too, like one or two times.
That.
And
I
it was sad. I never got on. I never did clubs and stuff, but I really wanted to be out there. I wanted to be a leader. I knew I had ideas. I always doubted myself, and I didn't have enough confidence to really put myself out there.
Yeah.
Which is actually a reason why I started So Lucky, because I couldn't get any opportunities myself, like creative opportunities. So I wanted to create the opportunity for myself and then give it to others type of thing. Yeah. But yeah, So Lucky started back in August 2020, but it was an idea that I had all the way back in 6th grade. I never thought it would be.
6th grade?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That feels like ages ago.
It is ages ago.
when did you first get started? Because the idea was in 6th grade, but when did you take the first step, I guess, to kind of make the Instagram or just start the brand?
So I started back in like June, July 2020. It was the pandemic. There was nothing to do, and I knew I wanted to do this. So it was like a now or never type of thing. You know what I mean? So it started off as a blog, and then it became what it is today. And it's just so crazy. It's very surreal. But yeah, it started off as a blog, like a gem for my friends and family, maybe even for my resume type of thing, where I could show all of my passions, because I was kind of known for having like I don't want to say known, but like my friends knew that I did makeup and like I did videos and like I love fashion.
So you always had an interest in stuff like that, right?
Yeah. It was makeup, fashion, videos, photo shoots, modeling, events, etc. Like I did all of that growing up. So like I just wanted to put it somewhere, show people that I really knew what I knew, and go from there. But that was really it. Yeah, that's how it started. But right now it's like all over the place.
How would you describe it right now? Because, and as I was telling you off camera, I wanted to make a title and say, what have you built so far? But I can't really just say you have a magazine or you have a blog. So what do you think would be the best description of So Lucky? Like, let's say you're in an elevator and somebody's like, oh, what do you do?
Elevator pitch.
Yeah, elevator pitch. What is So Lucky? Tell
I'm like
us.
the worst.
30 seconds.
I love babbling. It's bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. We would literally have to brainstorm a proper name for this video, because So Lucky has so many different aspects, and I don't know how to explain it. I think one thing you could say is like you're talking to a creative director. I would consider myself a creative director, because I've directed all the aspects of So Lucky, right? And I mentor people, things like that. But it's a creative brand. So Lucky is a creative brand. We can definitely make it something else in the future. It's always changing, but for the last few years, it's been a creative brand where we do all sorts of things. We throw events, we have a magazine, we sell secondhand clothing, we bring people together, give people creative opportunities that they can use for their career or even applying to college, because I started this really early, right?
Really, yeah.
But yeah.
I think that's good. That's definitely something that, being this, I guess, wide, being not broad. I don't like the word broad, because I think you do have somewhat of a niche, like not necessarily a niche, but you have somewhat like a market.
Yeah.
Like I can't see So Lucky covering like football, right? So that means
we
that
could, but like, I mean,
you kind of have like like a community that's more geared towards, you know, a certain demographic and demographic of people that like common things, be that fashion, thrifting, jewelry, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that that's good that you're not putting yourself in a box because that allows you to pivot a lot as trends shift or new things come up, or even if you have interest in other things, you know, for example, if you're into like hell, even if you're into music, you could even tap into that with Solankii, you know.
We kind of do. We kind of want to shoot music videos for local artists. That could be a thing too. We don't have a limit. I really appreciate you saying that because, you know, people have been telling us for so long to pick a niche, and we might soon, just for the purpose of monetizing off the brand because it's been so long, but we've never picked a niche because we don't want to have a limit on the brand. Like, we started off as a blog, and if we put a limit on it as like just fashion or just this or that, we would not be throwing events that we are nowadays, or like having a magazine or interviewing different kinds of people. And then our target audience is South Asian community, or, you know, all, and then like college students and specific those in the Bay Area. So it's Bay Area based, South Asian based, etc. But yeah, we are all over the place, but we do have a niche of having our own kind of like aesthetic. If anything.
I think you have structure, you know, not necessarily like a niche, but
like it's recognizable.
I think you do have, and I think that's a good thing that you have consistency because then your followers, your viewers know what you expect. Yeah. Right. I think if you were all over the place, that would just be like it's that thing where if you're trying to do like 5 things at once, you're gonna be mediocre at all 5 of them instead of. If you were to focus on 3, then you would be good at 3 things, right?
Yeah, and you're completely right. Like, honestly, that's a fear I have, that we're mediocre at all the aspects that we're doing because we do so much and it's crazy. But I think, I don't know, we don't, like I said, we don't have a limit, and we try to be very consistent, but we don't have like specific rules where we have to do this at this time. We kind of go with the flow and with what's going around in the world. Like, we try to be very timely with everything. So it's also trending too. You know, we try to work with that.
You gotta stay up with the trends, right?
Yeah, we try to, just to make sure we stay, to stay relevant, but also, you know, catch people's eye. You know, you can't do that if you're not really up with the trends.
I think a lot of girls consume your stuff too. So girls are very, I think, in tune with the trends.
That's nice. I like that.
No, that's good. I mean, that's good.
I need the girls. Yeah, you know, they're our main like focus. Honestly, if anything, this might be like maybe just me, but I feel like
hot take.
It is kind of a hot take.
Hot take alert.
Oh my god, I feel like when girls are putting out content, specifically like me, like it's not just for girls. It's not just for like one specific group of people, but when you're kind of catching the attention of males or like anybody else, I feel like that kind of says a lot. And that, I'm scared to just say that, but like I feel like it says a lot because you're catching everyone else's attention.
It's true. I mean, it's kind of like, it's so good that you're accessing a pool of people that wouldn't be interested in this topic. But because you're doing it so well, they might be like, you know what, let me look into this. I think this is really sick. And I mean, you can see that with a lot of things like Lululemon, for example, right? Back in the day, the only people that we really wore Lululemon were people that were doing yoga. But you see now people in my office, for example, everybody's wearing Lululemon and they're not doing yoga, they're working, you know? So Lululemon was doing so good that people that were not necessarily in that yoga kind of community were like, you know what, these pants are fire. I need them. I don't care if like I don't do yoga, I want to be a part of this.
And it's just so nice to see all of that because it really means we're doing something right. And I don't know what I'm doing. Like oh my God, everyone, like I've had a lot of people come up to me, compliment me about the business, about everything, the work I put out there. And I really, really appreciate it. But sometimes I'm just standing there and I'm like, I don't think you understand. I'm winging it so hard.
As I go.
So hard. Like I'm winging it right now. Like nobody understands that. And it's like, I really don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just doing what I know from the past, like what I've learned from the past. But the fact that I can catch all kinds of people's attention, even the older, the younger, etc. It's so crazy, especially getting feedback from them because they're like, "You're doing this really good," and I'm like, "You know who I am? Like, you know the brand?
I just started doing this.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't know if you would consider that a hot take, but I just feel like if you can catch all kinds of attention, you're doing something right.
I don't think that's a hot take at all. I think that's just using data to justify how well you're doing. Well, because if you're attracting people that wouldn't be attracted to your content in the first place, I think that's just, you're just doing a good job.
Yeah, but like, okay, let me say something. The reason I said hot take is because I kind of feel like everyone's on the internet, but girls are more likely and more like attracted to the trends and the fashion and things
that's
like
for sure. I mean, that's not even a hot take.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's the truth.
That is
and
true. Yeah.
Getting like any kind of anyone else's attention, like male attention, it's like you are literally doing something that is catching like not just one focus group. You're catching everybody's attention, so you can, and that gives us like a no limit thing. Like we can do anything and catch anyone else's attention, and we just have such a broad range of different things that we can do next. Yeah. That's why like now we're throwing events and we can do other things. We might release merch soon. Maybe people start wearing.
I've been waiting for that.
I know. People have been saying.
Also, about events. We just threw an event about a month ago. Mm-hmm. If you weren't there, you definitely missed out. But
that was awesome.
That was really good.
I can't believe we did that.
I was so surprised we pulled that off so well.
I know.
We still have to do the split-wise for that.
Oh my God. We will talk about that. We have a lot to talk about.
We have a lot to talk about that. Yeah, but honestly, overall, it was such a good event. Yeah. Everybody came up to me and they're like, dude, this was so sick. Same. We had such a good time.
And I was like, what?
We started inviting people the day of.
The day of.
That
was crazy. That was insane. And that's what I'm saying. It showed me that people know the brand. Like I think you and I were standing outside of our venue, right? And we were just talking to people like, how did you know about this? And they were like naming our brands to our face. Yeah. And we were like, do we know you?
I loved seeing that.
That was awesome.
Like I didn't know, I think you didn't know some of the girls and they were
like, you remember that?
So, like, I
was like, who are you? Like DM me right now. Like,
that's insane.
Like let's be besties.
I love that for you. God. Like that really shows that you're people, because that's my biggest fear with my YouTube channel is that the only people who are watching are people that are in my inner circle and they're just supporting me, right? Yeah. But it's nice to see when somebody doesn't know you and they're like, dude, this guy's killing it, I'm gonna follow him.
Exactly.
Or same thing for you.
But it always starts like that, and then people are like, oh yeah, my friend, he does podcasts, he sells clothes, like I got you, let me put you on, and that's it. That's how it goes. People know people, and it just spreads.
That is true.
And it's so awesome, especially. I think the prime time is college because everyone's visiting other people in different places. We have friends that are going to other colleges. We're always talking.
That's true.
It's the best way. That's why it's a really good opportunity for networking.
And you've been leveraging that, right? You have a lot of people based in Berkeley.
Oh my God, yeah. I don't know how. Actually, like I kind of do, but like okay, sophomore year was not my best year. It was the most chaotic year of my life.
Sophomore year of high school.
High school was another story.
okay, we're talking. Okay,
but college, it was not the best year of my life, but it was honestly the most chaotic, and I'll never regret anything I did in that year. But one thing I did was, I just had like a lot of things going on in my apartment, things like that, and I kept running away to Berkeley. And now I know a lot of people there. I ran away for like a whole semester, but I know the place really well. I know a lot of people there, and I have my own kind of like friend group over there. It's awesome. I really love them, but because I was out there so much, and so like it was kind of like starting to like be out there, people were recognizing me before I even met them, and it was so crazy. Like I'd go to parties and they'd be like, oh, like you run Solankii, like are you Sanjana Solankii? And I'm like,
do I know you?
Like should crazy. I go home? Like who? But it was like,
that's amazing because Berkeley, for those that don't know, that's 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
And the fact that people there know you and you don't know them, that's insane.
Yeah, but like I have, we have people that from high school go there, etc. But I'm not in contact with them.
Yes, exactly. Like directly, you're not in their inner circle at all.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was just such like a mind-blowing thing. And that's why we have a lot of people in Berkeley, because I was there so much that like I based a lot of the things that we do. Like for example, we started selling clothes, and I need to tell you about that. But when we started selling clothes, our first clothing sale was on Berkeley campus, and it was our best sale out of all of the sales we've ever done. It was so crazy.
So what are you selling? Like you thrift and then you resell?
You know what? I thrift and I sell. We also got some clothes out of donation. That's all I can say. But that's all I'm gonna say. But we thrift and we sell. Basically, we use it for our photo shoots in the magazine. That's the whole purpose. Yeah. And then we curate it to a certain aesthetic. So we just did Gossip Girl, right? And if you don't know, it's like a really popular TV show from the early 2000s. And
I don't know. I'm glad you explained. I do not know.
Oh, you don't? You don't? Hop on. It's literally such a good show.
It's like a very feminine show, or?
Honestly, it is, but it's literally one of my favorite TV shows, and it's like drama and comedy, all kinds of things. It's just based on like a group of rich preppy kids that have like really really rich and powerful parents in New York, and they just go through
cool.
so like
Cool.
you see all the things that they endured like at really young age, and it's honestly really cool. But they have their own aesthetic and fashion.
So you did a photo shoot around that aesthetic.
Yeah. The whole magazine was revolved around it because it was like, you know, because Solankii is so close to me. It's my passion project. I really like putting personal things into the whatever I do. So like it's my favorite show. We're gonna go ahead and do it. You know.
I love that.
Yeah. Because and it's
so you're letting a little personality come in into it, right?
Because Solankii is so close to me. I feel like it'd be a crime if I didn't. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But anyways, we curated a bunch of clothes just for that aesthetic, and then we sell it. And this is recently, but when we were in Berkeley, we were selling clothes for like European summer. We were doing Y2K and like all green and things like that. I don't know, but it was so good, and so many people learned our name there. And then people that were walking up to us, they're like, "Do you go to school here? Like, are you a club?" And like, it depends on who was asking. I was saying yes.
Different answers, yeah.
But you know, we don't, and that's how they were like, "What is this? Like, how can I join?" And I'm like, say less, like just apply here, we'll talk. And we've literally expanded. We have like,
so everybody that's in your team, you don't pay them, they're voluntarily working with you, right?
Voluntarily.
Wow. I was gonna actually, that was one of the questions I had, is that I love how so many people are so involved with Solankii.
I can't wrap my mind around it, bro.
It's just a blessing, right? That everybody's just really like down to be a part of this.
I'm literally running a club that's not associated with any college. That's it. And then we're so spread out. We have people in New York, in SoCal, and we have someone studying abroad in Paris right now.
Insane.
And they're getting us an insider for Paris Fashion Week for this issue. Like shit like
Look
that.
At that.
It's awesome. And like, I don't know. It's such like, I can't even like begin giving you a proper answer as to why we came to that far, because I really don't know. Why are you involved? It's Solankii is such a personal thing to me that it's really weird to think that other people would want to put their time into it. Like, I don't expect anyone to make it their priority, but I've seen people do like
go above and beyond.
Yeah, above and beyond. And I've like, at this point, I've also written like letter recs and things like that, and help people get like the creative experience they need to go into other careers or college, etc. And it's so awesome. And now we have this huge community, and I have all these connections that like, you know, I can bring people together, and that was the whole point. I've always,
that
even
is true.
In high
You're bringing
school,
a lot of people together.
In high school, that's the reason I ran for student council or anything. I really just wanted to bring everyone together. I love seeing it happen, and there's just like a different kind of like dopamine, seeing all kinds of people come together and like feel so comfortable and like creative and like open with each other.
That. That's great. I think that one thing that I did want to point out is that compared to most people that I know, they're out there starting their own business or trying to make it as like a content creator or working on a brand. You don't really put yourself in a public eye that much on your personal account, right?
You think?
I don't think so, because
That's awesome.
I don't see you making a lot of videos like yourself.
Oh,
and I don't see
like
you posting yourself or plugging it that much. Like, whenever there's an event or there's an issue, I do see you like promoting it. But for the most part, I think that if I followed you and didn't follow Solankii,
you wouldn't have known.
I wouldn't. I mean, I would know, because often you do post when you promote things, but you're not constantly like putting yourself out there, right? Is that intentional, or is that just something that you just haven't like built like a habit of doing?
That's really funny that you said that, because I feel like I do it too much, and I feel like I'm bothering everyone that follows me. And I like, when I meet people and they're like, "Oh, I see Solankii all the time," the first thing I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Like, like I be posting so much. But like,
no, I think you post on Solankii enough. But I'm saying like,
even my main account.
But I think that when I see, like, I know this guy, he's like a micro influencer. Actually, now he's not, but when I first ran into him, he was at 30,000 followers only, and 30,000 on TikTok is nothing. I mean, like, you post 2 videos, go viral, you get like 20K, you know. So he was he's this guy. He also went to business school at U of A, and he's starting like a fitness. Like fashion, like he's like trying to compete with Lululemon kind of thing.
What?
Yeah, like he's mainly for guys though, like guys that want to work out.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's super cool. But now he's grown like tremendously. Like throughout the last 2 years that I've been following him, he really like took off. But he's constantly posting, and one thing that he talks about is that early on, when he was making videos and there were no results right early on, you don't see a lot of results right away. He would go to like, he was in a frat too, so people would come up to him at parties and be like, "Oh, Mr. TikToker," you know, and kind of like poke fun at him for that. But that's because he was putting himself in the public eye so much.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't do that much like of your own face or like posting,
Yeah.
or, like posting every day or not even every day, but just posting a lot, right?
Yeah.
Is that intentional or?
It is intentional, but I always felt like I wasn't doing a good job of it. But I kind of wanted to like, I think this happened like, I won't give so much context, but like 3 years ago when I really started Solankii, and I still do this. Everything I do is connected back to Solankii. So like I feel like I was getting a lot of like backlash from people around me, and I learned, don't mix friends with your business.
Yeah, it's hard. It is hard.
Usually I like to make if they're involved with Solankii, it's better that we meet through Solankii and then we continue because we know how we value how creative, like things like that. But anyways, I bring that up because I was getting kind of backlash of how much Solankii was becoming a part of me, and it was the only thing I talked about or the only thing I posted. And I really didn't like that. Like, I want people to know me by me, but also by Solankii, but it shouldn't be like Solankii comes first.
That's true.
Like
I can see that.
Because Solankii is a huge community, and there's so many people that devote their time and energy into it. Like, it shouldn't be just me that you think of. I want you to think of everybody, like my whole team.
I love that. Yeah,
because we have such a big team and hardworking team, and I don't like feeling like I take the credit from that too.
Yeah, no, I can see that right now. Yeah,
he's really like I said, I'm just winging it.
And you have so many helping hands.
I definitely do. And like I said, I can't believe they're even there. Like, why are you giving me your time? Because I'm also like a mess. Like, I couldn't even get on this podcast, right? For like, it's like a third time's the charm.
Third time's the charm.
It's crazy. So yeah, like I don't really want Solankii to be all over my main account because also like I like that there's like a line between the two.
I mean, you're not making everything about you, and I like that.
Yeah. When it comes to Solankii too, like that's why when it comes to things like themes, like I like Gossip Girl a lot. We're executing that. Yeah. I also took the consideration that like a lot of my team. I have a consultant. I have assistant creative directors, and we talk about like what people would like to see. And I knew that a lot of people like Gossip Girl, so I went with it. But I want there to be like that personal touch. So like, if anyone looks even deeper into Solankii, they know that, something I liked or something I used to do, etc. Yeah.
I think it's nice that it's rooted in a real person like you. So he has that feeling like, it's actually somebody that, it's a person running this. Yeah. But it's not all about like one specific person. And I think that's good. Especially since you have such a big team. It's good to give them props as well. Yeah, because I don't pay them, bro. Right. Like, that's so... I don't know. Do you think you're going to have to cross that bridge anytime soon? In the next couple of years? Yes. Yeah, I think really soon. I think if you start generating income, I think then it would be only fair. I have to. And that's why I've been avoiding it because, generating income was never, like, the goal for me. It was really just doing these creative opportunities and like putting out passion projects, things like that, like photo shoots. Like I really just enjoy but if you don't make money, you can't do that. So you need to make money. You can't. And I've already said this on other podcasts. Like I've not been intending of like keeping Solankii around after I graduate. But now I'm stepping back. Like I really think you should. I mean, we talked about this before. A lot of people are saying this and I'm like, ugh, I hate that you're leaning towards not. I know. And I don't want to tell you to do something that you don't want to do. No, of course. And like I'm thinking about it. It's literally, this is so recent. I just added 2 more people onto this journey of mine of like monetizing off of Solankii, and I don't know what that's looking like. Yeah, I really don't. But if I start monetizing, I do need to start paying people. But that means I have to decrease my team because I cannot pay 37 people. Yeah, that's true. That's crazy. That's true. And that's scary too. I don't want to lose anyone. But not everybody needs to get paid in dollars. That too. All the, but then it just might start controversy, and I just can't handle all that. Like anything, any bad thing that could happen with this, I can't. And like that's why I've been avoiding it for so long. But I think the time has come. Okay, but if you just avoid monetizing just for the sake of avoiding headaches, then your brand's gonna die. Exactly. So you gotta pick between. Should I just let it die? No, you gotta go through the headache. I know. Your team is gonna decrease in size dramatically. It's gonna happen anyway. Yeah. So that's another thing. I was thinking of ending Solankii because right now most of us are all in college and everybody's about to graduate. Yeah, right? Everyone's gonna graduate. Solankii was never the priority for anyone else other than me, and that's just the reality of it. And that's how it should be, if anything. Like it's not a full-time job. But
when people graduate, they're gonna get the actual jobs. Okay,
Yeah.
they won't have time for me.
I get that.
They already don't have time for me.
But I think that you can still. I mean, you're gonna be an alum at SJSU.
Yeah.
So I think you can still find people that would be down. They're just gonna be lower class.
They're gonna be lower class, but then it's like, I don't know, something about that feels kind of out of touch for me.
Really?
Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Okay, but what if somebody is like a fashion major, or they're like want to be a project manager?
Yeah.
This would be an opportunity for them to be part of something that's like.
And put it on their resume.
Yeah, I mean, they
like
wouldn't
that.
have that opportunity.
So
otherwise.
yeah, you're right.
Like
honestly,
if I was a photography major, right, or a graphic design major, all the exposure that I'm getting to what the industry looks like, what the workload is going to be my classes. But we all know that college lags when it comes to real life applications. So you wouldn't really get like a good experience versus if they were working with you, they could see what it's like to like be running like an Instagram page, be working with like an email newsletter, because you have that, right? You'd have an email blast.
We do for every magazine release.
Yeah. So I mean, those are things that you wouldn't get exposure to in class, in school. And
that's so true.
I have huge beef with business school. Like I tell all my friends this because I think business school teaches you how to be an employee rather than a business owner.
Yeah, I haven't taken anything related entrepreneur-wise yet.
Right. Yeah.
But they have classes. We'll see how that goes.
They have a major called business entrepreneurship.
Yes, I'm actually switching my concentration right now from management to marketing because I realized, for one, like, Solankii is the biggest thing on my resume. I do have other things, of course, but not everybody has that experience of, founding a brand, things like that. That's when I need to give myself some little props, but I don't know. But I feel like it's a really good example of my marketing skills rather than management, because management, no hate. I literally have been in management concentration for 3 years. No. But it's like a skill that you can develop on the side. Yes, and I've already... Absolutely. I don't know if you've looked into Google certificates. Yeah. Have you? Have you done any?
Well, when I was... a little backstory about me. During the pandemic... Yeah. I didn't have like a job. All I did was freelance graphic design and Google ads. Where? I worked with like small businesses. So
where did you live?
I lived Adobe Wells in Sunnyvale.
Oh yeah.
I was here. This is like in 2020. Yeah.
Stop. I was there. I was there. I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, another country? Like no.
But during the pandemic, I mean, I got like laid off from my actual job, which was like I was working with marketing, but I used to only work for the specific company. And then they're like, yeah, I mean, we're not getting any jobs, so. It was a landscaping firm, so they were like, yeah, we're not getting jobs, so we're going to cut back on advertising. Oh, no. So, I mean, it makes sense, right? Yeah, nobody was doing anything. It was like a ghost town outside. Oh, my God. So, I just went around looking for places that needed marketing. So, I did get a Google certificate in Google Ads. But everything has changed now. Since iOS 14.
How was that?
It was very easy back then. I mean, all you had to do is really run like small marketing campaigns. Yeah. We do little ads. We had a little video teaser that I made, and then we would run that, and then the conversion rates were so good back then because back then, so I don't know if most people don't know this, but before iOS 14, what your phone would do is that you would track your data across apps. So let's say you were on Pinterest and you look up like a gold necklace, right? Yeah. Like you're looking up gold necklace. Pinterest would communicate with Amazon, and then now you're getting ads on Amazon.
Well, they do that now, so not before iOS 14?
So before iOS 14 was much more aggressive, and that's when people were like, oh my phone's like listening.
That's when it was at its peak.
Yeah. So back then, it was just like, it was like the Wild West for this. Like your phone was always like learning how you shop and so on. Yeah. And now they have gone smarter, especially on social media.
And more discreet.
Yeah, but back then, like when iOS 14 first came out, it was like our ads were so good and so effective. And then out of a sudden, boom, our ads are like, so there's something we call a CPC, the cost per click. And you want to be in like the sense, like you don't want to pay too much for every click that you get. Like every click on your website, like when you see sponsored posts on Instagram, they're paying for that, right?
So, I know, and that's actually one of the ways we want to monetize.
That's really good. It's really good nowadays. But when iOS 14 first came out, it was an absolute nightmare. It was impossible to get your ads to like convert.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That was back in the pandemic, right?
Yeah, I mean that's still a thing today. Like since then. Facebook and Google have gone better at targeting ads, but when iOS 14 first came out, it was horrible. Wow. Yeah. So I did get a Google certificate to learn ads. Yeah.
Well, that's good. I think they were hyping it up so much in the pandemic that it's gonna be better than like a college degree and like things like that.
Yeah, I mean, you could make like $100,000 with that.
With just that, you think?
I mean, I think if you had previous experience, I mean, you just had to get hired, but that gave you
that's like the whole thing.
That gave you enough knowledge to learn how to use the Google AdSense.
Yeah, and it's a good thing to have on your resume.
Absolutely. All right, so I want to get into this question right here because, and don't take this the wrong way, but I think that Asian parents.
I love this question.
Asian parents are like, they have the structure that they want you to follow.
Let me take a drink.
And if you
tell me.
If you deviate from that path, it usually gets ugly. I mean, I know people that wanted to just do not even like something crazy. Like I know a friend that he just didn't like law, and his mom really wanted him to do law.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, no, mom, like I want to be a DJ. Like this is not for me.
That's such a common story, actually. Like,
and I swear to you, it was like he was disowned. Like they really did not like it.
No.
I mean, eventually it's family, so they fixed it. So
that doesn't always happen, though.
I know it doesn't. So I'm glad you did for him.
Glad that you gave me that conclusion.
So how has criticism affected you when it comes to running this business? Has anybody in your inner circle kind of not asked you to stop, but discourage you from pursuing this dream?
I'm gonna be so careful with my answer here because not necessarily, but like I don't explain it. So like back in high school, honestly, because I'm a middle child. My older brother, he went through what we would call the trenches of my parents, right? So like he went through the harder stuff, and I still dealt with it, but he was the first one to go. And he did pursue a career that my parents are, happy with, they're satisfied with, etc. And I don't know what my degree is where it's going to take me, things like that. So, maybe I'll come back, give you an update. Yeah. But they weren't so hard on me. And I feel like this is something, I don't know if this is why. I can talk to my parents later. They're probably going to be like, why'd you say that? No. But there's this thing in the South Asian community that I've noticed that they don't push it so hard with the daughters,
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just like they're more on the sons. Like, you have to do this because you just kind of get married off.
Right.
Okay, first of all. Yeah. But, we're in the modern life now, whatever. It's 2023. But they never really pushed anything on me in high school. They kind of just let me do what I wanted to do, and I think I was really like resistant to all of anything they pushed me on. They were more like onto sports, if anything. Really? Yeah, it was like they're like, "Can you just go play a sport?" And I'm like, I can't. I'm really weak. Like, I can't.
You're not into sports like that?
I am now, kind of. But, like, I wish I did. They were so right. But that's the only thing they really ever pushed me on. They didn't make me go, like, become a doctor or do anything like that. And I'm really grateful for it. But I think a little push would be good, too, because now I'm just doing whatever the fuck I want,
But, I mean, if you have discipline, this freedom that they have given you could pay dividends in the future,
Do you mean like actual dividends though, or like?
No, like actual dividends. Like if you, because if you think about it, if my mom told me, and my mom, I moved out of my house when I was 16.
Oh.
Yeah, so my mom hasn't like told me what to do since then. Like just because I've been on my own, so. Like I don't take any money from her. We have a great relationship, but
that's good.
She like trusts me to like build the life that I want to build.
Yeah, and I feel like my parents kind of trust me in that sense. They know I'm not like fucking stupid. Yeah, I'm not a bum either. Like I'm always doing something. In fact, they hate how busy I am, if anything. So,
See, that's the thing, because I feel like if you were just sitting around, sitting on your ass, then they would be like, screw this brand, go become like.
No, for real. But, they were really impressed with how because I thought of putting it all together, and then I put out a website, things like that. And I did it all within a month, and they were really impressed. Like, my dad was really impressed. He was like, bragging to other people, because it was like a badass website. I don't know if you ever saw it when it's so down. My website has been down for 2 years.
Yeah, I know. You
we
told
don't
me
need to talk about it, but when it was out for like a year, there was so much content on there, and I put it out in a month. It was crazy, and I've never done anything like similar to that. So for me, it was like impressive.
Were you using Squarespace?
Wix. And Wix is so annoying. I don't know if you've ever used Wix.
No, I used to use Wix for STAX.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
annoying when you have a lot of content.
It's annoying when you want to upload media, right?
That.
Yeah.
And I had so much content.
Yeah.
like so much media.
We wanted to do, me and my partner, we wanted to do a page where it was lookbook. and we wanted to change it. Like, you know, every drop we wanted to put new pictures.
That's
it was
awesome.
Such a hassle.
I don't know if you remember, we also had a lookbook, but it was more like South Asian lookbook or like regular clothes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Sil was in it. I think you might have. Were you in it? No.
I don't think so.
You should have been. So. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we'll make that happen. But
when your website comes back on.
Yeah, it will hopefully soon. We do have a website designer. She's so ready to go. I'm actually the issue. It's not happening because of me, but we're working on it. But anyways, back to my parents. They didn't really push me to anything. I don't want to say that they kind of gave up on me, but they didn't. They were very, very supportive. I think they gave me that trust. They were like, you can go do what you want to do, and we'll
I think maybe they're just letting you take the driver's seat for a bit.
Because they experimented with my brother, and now they have to experiment a different way with me. Yeah. And then I have a younger brother, so we'll see how that goes. But they've been very supportive. Both of my parents, they know that I'm
you're in college, you know. It's not like you're not doing anything.
But now I am. But like, this was like right after I graduated, and it was the pandemic, so like no one really knew what to say or what to do anymore. The pandemic was literally like muting all of us. It shut us all down. Yeah. So it's like, if you can do anything, just go do it type of thing.
No, I agree with that.
So they're very supportive, but the thing is, I do know that it's really hard to be a creative in the South Asian community, especially when you're expected to just be like an engineer,
and that's what
or
I mean.
A doctor.
And that's because I think that for a lot of people that because I'm technically like Latino, the pressure isn't really like that, because our culture, obviously you have to go and provide, but we're not known for being like, like doctors and engineers, and that's a bad thing. Like I wish we had that reputation, but
I know.
That's just like, it's a cultural thing. You can't really just pick that. Oh my
God, it comes with the pros and cons.
Yeah, it does. But I think that at the same time, there are a lot of people that make a name for themselves, and they do extremely well, and that's because they chase their dreams, right? So you wouldn't be able to see that if they didn't really pursue their dreams.
Yeah.
When you were first starting out, were you good at it, or did you just kind of figure it out as you go? Like with the photo shoots and getting the models together and buying the clothes, like were you good at it right away? Like,
I have like such a complex answer because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like how good I was maybe 2 years ago, I'm in the same spot, but I've been like, I don't know how to explain it. Like I am doing good, and I feel like I'm doing pretty good because I've made it so far, and so many people put their trust into me for some reason. Like but like it's so weird, and I don't know. I wasn't always good at it, but when we started off, it was just a lot of winging it, and I'm still winging it in different aspects. But now I really know how to like put out photo shoots, how to do video shoots, how to release a mag. I've been doing it for the last 2 years. It's literally
for a long time.
muscle memory, you know. Yeah. But it's really like, I don't know. From the beginning, like I said, I've been winging it. I don't know what I was doing. I just kind of watched the other people around me, like close friends who were creatives and people online, etc., and realized like I can do this, you know.
That's another question I had too. Is there anybody that has walked a similar path to yours that you look up to, or because that's hard. I don't know anybody that's doing what you're doing.
Really?
Building like because the closest thing I can think is somebody that's building like a media company.
Yeah.
But that's even not a good description of Solankii. So
what is a good description?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
You're the founder. But know. Is there anybody that you like, even if you don't know them personally, like if it's like a creator or somebody that's famous, anybody that you look up to as far as running this business?
So I kind of have a go-to answer for this. 2 things. I really think that you can be inspired and learn from literally anybody. I learned so much from my family, from the friends around me, my boyfriend, etc. Everybody. Yeah. It's so influential. Everyone has something to teach you. But if you want a really specific answer, one of the big reasons I started Solankii is because I had been following this influencer since high school. She's also she's actually, I'm Gujarati. That's like a part of India. It's north. She's also Gujarati, and her name is Hema Patel. I've tried to interview her, so we'll hope one day.
She's from here?
No, she's actually based in, I think, South Carolina. Oh, okay. Yeah, not from here at all. I don't know her at all.
But you've just been following her.
I've been following her since the very beginning, and I've seen her, and she's like a self-made woman. Like, she's done all her photo shoots are so good, and she does all of them by herself. She does, like, all the content she puts out there, it's usually by herself, and she's shown me that I can do these photo shoots by myself. I can do this by myself, and I did. I didn't have a team till 1 year later. Yeah, like the only people I really worked with were like close friends, like Sonica or like even Crystal, Amrutha, etc. Like those were like the close group of people, and then I realized people are really interested in joining and gaining experience and being a part of something that not a lot of people are a part of.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So that's who my role model was.
Yeah, that's good. I think that for me,
she still is.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I think for me, finding that guy that I was telling you about, his name is also Lukas.
Oh my god, with the K, that would have been like
it's insane. He's also Lukas with the K, which is wild.
Wait, I don't know anyone with the K.
I know. I didn't either. This is like the first person, and I haven't met him personally. We have DM'd before actually, but I don't know him personally.
That's awesome. Where is he from?
He's from here. He's from Napa Valley.
That's
so
awesome.
Actually, I've seen videos where he's like recording, because he does a lot of videos where he'll give us insights into like lessons he has learned along the way of running his business. And he wasn't like Cupertino. He was right there by DePhil's.
What the heck?
And it's crazy seeing this guy, because now I think he's at like 300,000, and he did I think this year alone he's already in track to do like $500,000 in sales.
Exactly. Same with the Hamal Patel. I don't know how much she's made, but she's really out there.
So
she's like verified. She's been verified. Anyone can be verified now, but I mean like back then,
no,
when it really meant something.
When it meant something.
When it really meant something.
Honestly, that's such a dumb thing that they.
I hate that.
Why?
Why
would you
talk about that? That actually made me so mad, because it's like
I've been waiting for my verification.
Dude, no. No, because then it literally does not mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything.
No, like it's not even diluted. It's literally over. Being verified.
You think it's fully over?
I think it's fully over.
No, but I don't think it's fully over, because I think if you're not like anyone and you're paying to be verified,
that means even
like you're so stupid, first of all. But second, there's no shot you're gonna be doing this for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Right? So I think that in the next year, we are gonna get all of these like fake people, like a lot of fake people, to at least like drop it, because I think another thing that's a bad kind of feature from this verification being able to buy it is that people that are like scamming or not really like really famous or not really doing much.
And you can buy followers. You can make it look so real. And I think Instagram literally lost its value. It's like, how social media apps are dying every now and then.
Right.
I don't know what's going to be next, but I really like Instagram still. Yeah. I think I've gone past the whole verification. Now we have stories and whatever. But it literally, like, it could have died right then. Because that was the only thing. Like, not the only thing,
Instagram could have died when TikTok came out.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And now, I think if you're verified on TikTok, now it's the same meaning.
It means a lot more.
It means so much.
It's the same of being verified in 2020.
Exactly. It's the new Instagram verification.
I think TikTok is going to take over.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think Instagram is doing pretty well. I think they have pivoted well with Reels.
The fact that it's still around is kind of surprising. But you know me on Instagram. I mean, I'd be using that.
When you meet somebody in the street, you go like, yo, what's your Instagram?
Yeah, it's still Instagram.
So that means like it's not going anywhere.
No, it's not.
At least in our generation. And I think that like even like I don't want my TikTok getting found out by most people. Like, I think it's kind of like personal.
It feels so personal, but it's funny because you want random people to see it, but not your close group.
But not your close friends,
And it's like, it's such a hard thing to pursue. So and that's why I honestly feel like, I really feel like if I took off like a few months, just give me a month, maybe. We could blow up on TikTok.
I agree. I mean, I've already told you this.
I think we talked about this, and I was like, you can literally.
I have already told you that.
It's a game. You just have to play it right.
If you graduate and you just take like, because you were gonna graduate in like.
You take a break. Right? No, sadly.
Well, it's fine because I'm not graduating in 2024 either.
I think we talked about that too. I'm graduating fall 2024. Okay. But it's because, like I said, sophomore year was a really rough year. Yeah. Nothing I regret, but I just need a little more time. That's
so you're gonna graduate in like what? August?
No, fall 2024. So that means like the December. I think I'd be walking.
The end of fall.
End of fall. Yeah. I'm trying to graduate this upcoming semester, but like my advisors are like, "Can you just shut up? Like you're not gonna make it." And I'm like, "Fine," but it's fine. I would rather take my time instead of like getting really bad grades. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And like. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, of course. I mean, why would you want to graduate and have a shitty record?
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I already made it this far. Like, why would I?
Might as well just finish it off strong.
Yeah. When are you graduating?
I'm on a different path than you because I'm a part-time student. So I'm supposed.
I like the part-time student life though. I've done it too. Yeah. It's awesome.
I have to because I mean I am supporting myself. So I have to work during the day.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm supposed to graduate in 2025, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fall or spring?
Spring.
Okay. But that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm not worried about it because I know, like
I wouldn't be.
I don't want to work like for the rest of my life either. So
Yeah.
I need my businesses to work out. Like that's my main priority, honestly.
And if you really have faith in it, I think you could take it really far. You just have to believe in yourself.
Thank
and
you.
Yeah, of
I
course.
really do. I really want to make it work. And I think that it just becomes like, if you are okay with working and not seeing results right away and still showing up, there's no way it's not going to work out.
Exactly. I think it's literally bringing back good karma.
Yeah,
That's it. Yeah, you put in the time and the effort and you're patient with it, good karma will come back somehow. Even if it's not through your business, something else will come back.
No, for sure. And I hate saying this, but school is such an afterthought for me at this point.
Holy crap.
I'm like in class or like I'm there doing work. I'm like, fuck, I hate this.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. That's why I want to graduate even earlier, but it's not worth it in the long run type of thing. And also, like, I don't know. I just thought about this. If there's a graduating class every spring, getting a job will be even harder right after. So maybe if I'm graduating like in the fall, it might be better.
I mean, usually
like a tad better.
Usually they do prepare for the influx of new applicants.
Okay, that too. Exactly. They do prepare, but it's being taken up by somebody.
For sure.
You know? So you know, I don't know, but.
I mean, getting like graduating, and then you see people applying for like 200 jobs a day sometimes.
Oh
like,
my
it's
God.
insane, and
I
that's so tiring.
It's so draining.
So tiring. Yeah.
Bad on the mental health.
Yeah.
Especially in the Bay Area, like. Yeah. It's taken up like that. Like they have it open for what? Like I know you have your applicant. Like don't.
But you know,
don't waste
on
my
Indeed,
time.
now they let you see how many applicants there are.
I don't even want to see. As soon as I see it,
they
like
had one
I'm closing the tab right
dude,
there.
For real. They had this one time.
Yeah.
I was applying for a job.
Yeah.
God, I don't remember what it was. It was a big firm. It was like Goldman Sachs.
Yeah.
They had just released that. They had just released it. Like
2K
I swear, like,
applicants.
it had 4,000 applicants.
Oh my God! Because everyone has it on the calendar. Yeah. It's not just you.
Exactly.
And it's so humbling.
Yeah.
That's why I gave myself the creative opportunity. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah,
like, no one's gonna talk to me. Like,
exactly.
Because in that moment, I was actually on a really big job search, and so that's why I started Solankii.
That's good because it leads me into like another question that I want to ask you. How important is money to you right now?
Oh my God, it's so important now, but it wasn't important in the beginning. And making profit was never the idea. I even told that to everyone I ever collaborated with. Yeah. And we had a few collabs going on. Profit wasn't the thing. It was getting the experience and also meeting people and doing what we love. Yeah. And you know, over time, I've told people I've gone into negative profits. It's literally like
loss.
But
operating at a loss.
I know, but I don't regret it. But it would be nice to monetize. Like when I tell people I'm not monetizing right now from Solankii, they're always looking at me like I'm crazy. And I mean,
I'd look at you and like you're crazy when you tell me that.
I think I am kind of crazy now that I'm thinking about it. So we are looking into it. We might sell merch.
It's okay. Like I don't think honestly, if you rush this process, it's gonna fuck you up.
No, I think I waited too long. And no, I agree, but I think I waited too long. So now is the time because like I said, I don't know if I'm.
But I think that if you're gonna, what I mean by that is that if you're gonna release merch or if you're gonna do anything that's like paid, it can't be just like something you put together in like an hour. You know, like this needs to be something that's like, and I know that's not what you would do because I know how you work. Yeah. But I think that if you're just in a hurry to monetize, you're gonna end up like making something that's like not worth it. Yeah. Like that. Sorry. No, people are gonna be like, like this is so like cheap. Like I don't want that. You know.
Yeah, we want to start monetizing.
But I want to ask you on a personal level though.
Please.
Like obviously, company, you are trying to be profitable now, but how much do you value money now? Even like outside of business, also when you're looking at a partner or considering your career, like how much do you value money? Like how big of a role does it play in your decision making? Oh my God, it should play the biggest role, and I don't let it. It's really bad. I just literally like the kind of power, in quote power, that Solankii has given me. It's like I can literally do whatever I want, whenever I want, and people are just gonna be on board. And I've noticed that like I want to throw an event. Fuck it, we're throwing an event, and it's happening. It's either you're gonna be there or you're not. So like, but money doesn't play a role because I'm like. I've been finessing it for the longest time. You've been winging it so and I feel like I can keep going, but my luck is gonna run out soon. I'm not gonna be so lucky for that long. But it definitely needs to play a bigger role in the future, and it definitely will soon. I'm looking into monetizing it. Like I said, we don't know just what we want to do just yet, but it might be something regarding events and clothes because
That's what's been doing the best lately. And we just want to, like, I think you were saying this maybe off the camera earlier, but you were saying how, like, lots of brands are focusing on one thing. Like, they have their little niche, but it's not everything that they do. So they're known for other things, but they make money off of this one thing that does really well.
So nowadays, there is a lot because, and this is a bigger thing than just, like, brands and social media. It's the concept of the third place. So when you think about people's lives, right? So you go to work or we go to school and then you get home. And then where do you go to, like, meet people? Where do you go to, like, hang out? Where do you go to explore your interests,
have
right?
Experiences.
That's your third place. So back in, like, in a perfect world, in a world without phones, that third place would be like a square. It would be like you'd be like a park, you know, back how it was in the 90s. Or that's how it is in Europe as well. The U.S. struggles with the third place. The U.S. for the longest time has.
I'm not trying to be here for that long, honestly.
The U.S. doesn't have a third place, right? So I think that social media now is becoming a place where you will follow people and brands and businesses because they are your third place. Because they bring you into a community of people that you resonate with and that you guys think similarly, and you're willing to consume that content. So what a lot of brands have been doing is that, yes, they have a niche, but they have been building community mostly. Like, yes, they sell a product, but so a good example of this is Dyson. Dyson understands their niche a lot, and they understand their community. So they know that Dyson customers value high quality and really, like, out-of-pocket products. That's why they had their vacuums were insane and the hair wrap is insane. So they're pushing the boundaries of engineering, but they're also known for just doing shit different. And I don't know if you saw the headphones that they released.
Well, they did?
So, yeah. So that's one thing that's why I bring that up, is because Dyson released
headphones. Is there, like, ventilation? Like, what is it?
They have a mask thing. That, like, you will suck in the air and give you, like, purified air.
Are you serious?
I swear to you, yeah.
Is it connected with the headphones, or is that separate?
So it's a headphone that works fine. Noise-canceling headphones, like normal. But they have this, like, filtration system built in. And that's what makes it Dyson, right? Because that's
so
like,
awesome.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that.
So look,
that's their niche.
Dyson is a vacuum brand, but they're making headphones. Like, that just goes to show you, and they're sold out, by the way. You can't buy them anymore.
Oh my God.
It just goes to show you that you don't have to put yourself in a box anymore. If people like what you stand for, the ethos of your brand, then you can do whatever.
And, you know, but you have to be very unique with it, because there's so many people out there doing the same thing and they feel unique, but it's really hard. The competition is really out there. But Dyson, I don't know anyone else that's doing that. Maybe Shark. Yeah. I think Shark is it Shark, right? It's like it's a vacuum brand.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not doing.
Don't they have like a hair?
They have a similar hair wrap imitation kind of thing.
But they're not there yet.
They're not, like, when
Dyson's
I say
really
Dyson,
like the first thing I think of.
Yeah, people think of the hair wrap. They think of the vacuum. Yeah, they know Dyson, like, it's on their tongue, you know. Yeah. And that's, like, you can't buy that. That's real estate in people's mind, like, just knowing what you stand for.
They're living rent free.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's where you were saying, like, people, you know, it's not like Europe where we go out and we actually meet people and things like that. We do that, but not as much as they do. And we have, like, communities that we go to. Like, and when you said all that, I was really thinking about TikTok. TikTok.
Yeah, no, TikTok is the third place now.
It's like physically being somewhere without being somewhere.
Social media is our third place.
Yeah, but specifically TikTok, Dyson, like, ran with that.
Yes.
They did so good. And that's what I'm saying. It's a game that you play. Yeah. And I think we are learning. I think you know better than I do, but if you play the game right, you can make it. And that's why you only need, like, a month or two. And
and you got to learn how to play the game too. Because
for real.
Another thing for me that I've been learning as I'm trying to break into the YouTube ecosystem is that you need to stop thinking about the hometown people, and you need to think that you're talking to, like, 10,000 people.
Exactly.
You know, when you put out something, you're putting it out to the internet for the whole world to see, right? But if you're making content and you're gearing it towards your little friends and your community, of course the algorithm is going to pick that up. It's just going to stay there, though. Yeah. So you need to let go of that. That's holding you back, actually. And you need to just put out content that's, like, made for the audience. Exactly. So in my opinion, there is no such thing as, the algorithm didn't like my video. Yeah. It's not that. The audience didn't like your video. Your video was interesting for 1,000 people. It might have been interesting for your close friends because they like you.
But not for everyone else.
But if I don't know you, why would I watch you for 10 minutes?
That's literally the only way I've been thinking when it comes to Solankii. People have been telling me, you can sell your magazine, you can do this and that, like, printed versions. Yeah. Like, why why the fuck would anybody buy? Like, I wouldn't buy a magazine unless I'm like featured in it. We're not Vogue, you know.
Right.
We're not there yet. But you know, like, you have to put out something that's actually appealing and like people are interested in and looking into, then you can start monetizing. So that's what I've been doing for the last 3 years, kind of creating an idea of what people might want to buy into. And you know, I'm getting a lot of great feedback, so that's why we might start. We might actually this last year I'm going to be in school till the end of 2024 and I really am like, I've kind of made it a thing where I'm full sending everything when it comes to Solankii to see if I can really make it out there, you know. And if I can't, then I can't.
That's gonna be like your ultimate test, huh?
Exactly. And if I can't, it's a stepping stone into my career. If I can, it's like a side business that I keep around. So that's why I'm throwing these events with you, things like that. But yeah, if you are only making content for the people around you, you're unlikely to really blow up. You're probably gonna stay there. You only blow up if something funny happens.
Exactly. Like if you're entertaining.
If you're entertaining and you don't know it, gold mine.
Yeah.
But
because like when you think about like Emma Chamberlain, for example, her videos are not like super edited, right? And you think when people
authentic.
Yeah, like she's just a very authentic personality. So if your videos are interesting, if you're authentic, if you're interesting, people are gonna want to tune in.
Exactly. And you really just cannot be making content for like 5 people if you have the end goal of blowing up. It's just not
I mean, if you're making for 5 people,
it's not the pipeline.
Watch it.
It's not the pipeline.
You're gonna hit
unless
a plateau.
Unless you get lucky and like this and that, but it's very unlikely.
With work and school and working on your business, I'm sure that you're probably very stretched with time. Yes. And even getting you on this podcast was tough because you're so busy. But I just want to say how have you reserved time, like between work, school, and your business? How have you found time to nourish your relationships? Because I know you have a boyfriend and you also have a lot of friends. So I wanted to just get your perspective on that. How have you been able to manage that and really like give, because your relationships, you know, it takes work. If you're not invested, your relationship's gonna fall apart.
It's gonna fall,
so you know, you guys have been doing well. So
how have you found
time for that?
We've been together for 2 years, and then you know, also here's another thing I want to say real quick: friendship, relationship. Oh my God, female friendship are like relationships. Yeah, they are
really.
Yeah, I don't think guys understand that, but like that's why when we lose like a girl best friend, it's the craziest thing. It's like it takes so long to get over it.
Really?
It's literally like a breakup. But so like like handling my friendships, my relationships, even family, it's been a little difficult, but not so difficult because I think I'm a really emotional person, and I try my best to be very considerate about the people around me, and I love loving people. Like I can't not love you. I can't show you my appreciation and things like that. I want to give you all my time. If I have the time, I'll give it to you. Right. Like, my boyfriend knows. Like any second of the day that's free, it's his. Like it's like that.
That's good.
And you know, like I just want to be around the people that want me around. You know, and I want to give that same kind of energy and respect back. But another thing, the reason I was kind of like laughing when you asked me that question. I'm not known for my time management.
Oh, really?
I'm not known for that.
Do you use
I'm not
Google
even
Calendar?
punctual. I do.
Yeah.
You can if I could show you my Google Calendar, I could right now. But like on the computer, crazy. Every time I open it in class, people that I don't know next to me, they're like, "What are you doing? Like, who are you?" They're like, it's so. They're like, "You have a really busy schedule," and I'm like. Yeah, like what
I do.
It's like kind of embarrassing opening it.
I was scheduling to hang out with somebody one time, and they're like, "Oh, like when are you free?" And I'm like, "Fuck, I don't know." Then I just pull out my calendar.
But it's so nice.
Yeah,
you should.
And then they were like,
calendar.
"Holy shit!" And I'm like, "What?" And then like, "Dude, your calendar is so packed." Yeah. Like, oh yeah, like. But I like the structure of having like.
Me too.
Okay, at this time I'm gonna be working on YouTube, so I can't hang out. You know?
Oh, I can't do that.
That's
why the magazine's delayed like always by a week or so because. I like can't say no to things that pop up in my life. Like I usually.
And that's why I asked you that question. Yeah. Like, do you ever prioritize Solankii over like? Because I think people downplay social life, but building like your community early on, especially in your 20s, is very important as well.
Oh my God.
So do you ever like prioritize your social life over your business or your school?
Yeah. I'm choosing real hard because you know I do. It's so bad. And that's why people are like, you're crazy for not monetizing because I'm putting so much time and energy into it.
Yeah.
I do. I do that a lot. I think I did it even more my sophomore year. That's why I didn't do so well, etc. But because I run the brand, I make all the calls.
Yeah.
You know, I can literally postpone it if I want. So I do adjust it to my schedule, but I try to be considerate of everyone's time around me.
Right,
so, you know, if I really can and I can miss a class or something, because like we've talked, you know, like college, to me, it feels like a part-time job.
Yep. Yeah.
And because of the pandemic, if anything, like I was pretty good in high school, but it didn't really follow through to college. And I still do good, but it's not like my priority.
Yes, yes.
I need to. I'm trying to make money, bro.
Yeah,
like in college,
no, I get you.
Everyone's in college. I need to be different. Than
I think that people
else.
don't realize that we are the first generation that everybody's going to college.
That everybody's
like think about that for a second. Everybody's going to college.
Everybody, yeah.
When our parents were
somehow
our age, right? It's only like it was a pretty even distribution of, okay, these people are actually just going into the workforce.
Yeah.
They're going to make a career out of themselves, or they're going to go into school and then, you know, get into their careers. But a lot of people went into the trades, or they went into sales.
They did.
Or they become real estate agents, or they went into stuff that didn't need a college degree, but you need like an apprenticeship. So nowadays, everybody and their mom is going to college. And people are going to college for the wrong reasons.
Me and my mom were in college at the same time. It was like that. Everyone and their moms. It's so real. Yeah. Like, I don't know. You can get far without a degree. It's so possible.
I just think a bachelor's degree it's becoming a high school degree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's just like a prereq. Like,
it's a prereq to like if you go do like grad school, then that means something now. But it doesn't mean the same as like.
But it's not fair though, because college is expensive.
It's so expensive.
College is so expensive.
I can't even afford grad school unless I'm being sponsored.
Exactly. Me too.
And I'm not gonna do it until I get sponsored because holy crap.
I mean, why would you just pay that out of pocket?
Right?
Yeah.
But like.
No way.
And like I'm middle class.
Yeah,
if generous, I don't know. Like, and we live in the Bay Area.
We live in the Bay Area.
Like
too,
everyone's preying on our downfall at this point.
No,
like
seriously.
it's not fair.
Seriously, like a fucking garage costs like $1 million.
Seriously, like it's so bad. But
it's insane.
You can't really get. I feel like you can't really get far unless you're literally on social media. It's
I mean, unless you're creating something on your own, then you have to go to the standard route for your internship job. Boom, you know.
You have to, but
how
makes
depressing
it
is that?
It's so depressing. I don't like it here.
When I tell people, I know.
I know, like, you're crazy. And I'm like,
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. So get out of here.
But I'm like, okay, so you're telling me you're not depressed? Like, dude, don't lie to me.
The fuck out.
I'm depressed. Like, what are we talking about?
And then what? You're gonna work for the next 50 years? And then you're gonna retire. Like I want to live my life.
Like I better be reincarnated.
I hate when people
like in a rich ass lifestyle.
I hate when people tell me like, "Oh, you're in college. This is gonna be the best 4 years of your life." Like, no, I want the best 4 years of my life to be in Tulum with my best friend and his wife, and we're having a great time.
Exactly. You know, college should be the pregame to the really, really good lifestyle.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, what are we
college
talking about?
should be the pregame, not the party
pregame.
Itself.
Thank you. And then. This is not really related, but a little bit. I really want to emphasize on how important your 20s are. I really will say that it's like, you know how the teenage years, everyone's hyping it up? I really think that's like the second part of your teenage years. You're still a kid. You're still learning and you're going out there. So like college is the pregame. It's like the middle school to the high school of high school to college.
It
literally is. That didn't make too much sense, but I hope you know what I mean.
I got what you meant.
Because it's literally like you're still learning. I wasn't the same person literally like a month ago. Or like a year ago, you know? So
I agree. I have changed so much in the last year. It's insane. Like
it's so insane.
I get those like Snapchat like 1 year ago. I don't even want to open them, Sanjana. Like I'm like, I don't want to see this. Who is this guy?
Stop. And we've known each other for so long. So sometimes you might even be in them, bro. I'm like, who the fuck?
Dude, it's insane. It's insane how much I've changed this year.
I can't not watch my Snapchat memories because I don't know. It's so humbling.
Yeah.
What? Okay, I say this all the time. I should have been bullied throughout high school. I should have been bullied to the end of high school because what the fuck was I on?
Yeah. A little bullying is always good. I think that
it's humbling.
I think that nowadays everybody's trying to be so not get canceled. I think I'm glad I got a little bullied. We've gone
so backwards.
School. Yeah.
So backwards. We lost the whole we started at a really good point and we literally lost it. We're not at the we don't have the same end goal as we did when we started being so like open and like
right.
You know what I mean?
I do. Yeah.
I don't want to jump into it.
Yeah. I know.
We
I do.
can jump
I do
into
know
it
what
later,
you mean.
but like a little bullying.
Yeah, yeah, a little bullying goes a long way. Like for
maybe
the good.
from your loved ones. Maybe from someone that you actually
like a healthy bullying, you know?
Yeah, healthy. What is that called? Criticism?
On my freshman year of school,
yeah,
I went to this fraternity party, and I
College.
wasn't in the frat. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I wasn't in the frat or anything. It was like rush week, and I got there, and I was wearing like the ugliest fit that you could think of.
I love that you know. You're self-aware.
I was wearing checkered Vans and like Under Armour shorts. Like it was just such an awful fit. And
no.
And then the guy like looks me up and down, and he's like, "Yeah, you're not getting in here with that ugly ass fit." And then I swear that's his word.
Okay.
But then after that.
Now we
like,
dressing right though.
Yeah, I pay attention to my style.
I'm about to ask you where you got your sneakers.
I pay attention to my. Oh, these are Tyler the Creator.
I thought so, right?
Yeah, I love these.
They're fire.
I love these.
Make sure those are in the camera
That's
frame.
what I'm saying. It's right
yeah, there you go. They're good.
But yeah, I mean, I think that just that little comment made me
creates your character.
Yeah. If I hadn't received that comment, I probably would be wearing checkered Vans right now.
I wouldn't be. No, I wouldn't be here now.
Yeah. But you were bullied in middle school? Tell me about. No way. What? What'd you do?
No, nothing. I was just Indian. And they were like, "Yo, fuck you." Like what?
Well, I was telling you this off camera. I think that nowadays, it's like that's not as present as it was. I think Indian people are getting such a large share of the media now. Yeah. I mean, like
it's refreshing.
Like even like not to get like super serious, but even like there's a serious political candidate for president that's Indian. You know,
Ramik Swami.
Yeah, and then just see that, you know,
it's actually really nice seeing that.
That's what I'm saying, and I think that the representation for you guys is getting bigger and bigger. Like,
it is,
it's getting so big.
I really hope that he has like a really good chance because we weren't supposed to get political,
but you do resonate with a lot of things.
I think I do. I don't want to say that very confidently just yet,
right? Because obviously early on,
it's early on, and on top of that, I'm gonna be so real. I haven't had the time to really look into his views and really make sure that I like follow along. But so far from what I'm seeing, like it's not bad. But we do have a female candidate out there, and I really like her too.
Yeah, really.
I don't know her name. I forgot. I'm a
you're
little
not
too
super invested in politics.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I want to become a little bit more, just so that when I'm talking about it, I'm saying things that I actually resonate with.
Right.
Because oh my god, I think I saw this in your other podcast. You guys were talking about how everyone just randomly became like this activist in 2020, and it's so real.
It's so real,
and I just don't want to be like that ever again. I think I was like a tad.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like that.
I think that what people don't understand is that there's always. When somebody makes a post that's like about politics, they're always biased. It doesn't matter if they're
always biased.
It doesn't matter if they're the New York Post. It doesn't matter if they're like.
It doesn't matter that they say they're not biased.
Exactly, they're biased, and the point is, if you're gonna be voicing your opinion, you need to look at the other side too.
Yeah.
And what a lot of people do is that they will just share an infographic on their story. That's it's just straight up like bias and it's propaganda, and they don't understand that there's so much backstory, and. I think that's even worse than just being quiet. Like, if you're if you're propagating,
I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been so quiet on Instagram because I just literally don't know what's the truth anymore.
And you can't because there's so like I said, there's so much media. There's so much media that's fake too, and they are really good at masquerading it. You know,
they're so good. I'm so gullible. Like it's bad. I don't be saying nothing anymore. But I can tell you my views in private, things like that. Right. But I try not to repost just anything that I see. Yeah.
I mean, I'll see something and be like, "Oh, that sucks." You know, like I'm that makes me sad.
I definitely have an opinion about it. Like definitely, but I
you don't have to make that public.
I don't have to make it public, and also like I don't know. I don't think you should be silent, but I don't think you should be voicing your opinion just for the fact to be voicing.
Unpack that. Why do you think people shouldn't be silent?
I don't know. I've been thinking about this lately, and I kind of feel bad that I've been silent about the things that are going on in this world at the moment, and it's really, really sad. But I feel like I've not taken the time to be properly educated on what is actually happening, and I have so many people around me with different views.
Right.
And I don't know.
I think that with the issue, with the issue that we were talking about, it's so hard not to piss off someone.
Seriously,
by posting about it.
And I do not have the energy.
Right, and I don't want to burn those bridges either. I don't want to burn those bridges either. You know
that too. It's not like I want to keep certain people in my life. I think that was also something I thought about, but I don't know. I'm still kind of unpacking that for myself, if whether or not I want to be silent about certain things. Because what's so lucky, even like when we're now a bi-monthly fashion magazine for the most part, where we only do mostly photo shoots and stuff. But like the first 12 issues, I don't know if you were following along, but we were a written magazine and we had a section for things going on in the world. So we had a biased opinion. And I don't know if it was too smart to be involving things like that in the brand. Like I definitely want to be aware and support certain things, but
you know what? I think that some people need. Okay, so at times at war, one of the things that thrives the most, and you'd be surprised when I tell you this, but one of the things that thrives the most during war times is Hollywood, is the entertainment industry. And that's because when the war is going on, when fucking shit's hitting the fan and people are getting killed,
when is it not hitting the fan?
Do you want to see that, or do you want to watch a movie, or do you want to get away from that?
I was just about to get into that.
So I think that I don't want to be propagating anything that makes people feel uneasy. I mean, seriously, there's enough outlets out there if you want to get that information. I don't want to be one of them. I want to be a place where you come to improve yourself or really just like get entertained. I don't think it's my calling to inform you about the war or about whatever. Seriously. Like, I think I'm here to entertain you, show you how to be better on your own life. And if you want to go learn about those things, there's other people that are doing that. But that's just not something that I don't want to upset anyone. And I don't think that what I was telling I just made a video on YouTube about this. Is that when I'm with my friends, and I have a lot of friends who are upcoming entrepreneurs as well, we never talk about politics. And the reason why we don't talk about politics is because it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't affect our lives. It doesn't
relate to what you're doing.
Yeah, and it's only going to keep us like distracted. Like a lot of, we got to realize that a lot of the media outlets, they need your attention, right? So they will do whatever it takes. The most like infuriating title, the most like infuriating headline.
Seriously, it's so bad. But I'm really, really, really glad that you said that, because that's what I was trying to get into. I don't want to make Solankii a news outlet or like even something that I don't want my audience, like you said, to feel uneasy about anything that I put out there. And there's more than enough outlets out there that are giving the right information. I think that what really matters is what you're doing individually. Like if you're donating if you're supporting or whatever you can do on your own, do what you can. But I don't think you necessarily like have to bring in everything that's going on around in the world into your brand, because you want to, if you have a specific niche, like improving lifestyle, finance, etc., that doesn't fall into your niche.
Right, yeah.
It might fall into mine because I'm more community-based, but even then, I don't think it does. And I want to make Solankii a thing like that you can kind of divert to.
Right, yeah.
You know, everything does not need to be about what's going on in the world, but that doesn't mean we need to be ignorant about what's happening. That's all.
No, I feel that. I feel that.
Because
I think that for you, I think that what you have is an industry that, like fashion especially, there's a lot of expression, like self-expression through fashion. Yeah. And I think that that's really beautiful. I think that you should just leave it at that. Like let the models and the clothes speak for themselves rather than really put out like the whole content, you know.
Because it makes it so much more complex, and I literally I don't have the energy for it. Yeah. Like I would rather just support as much as I can than really like taking that big ass step
and become like an activist.
Because that puts a lot of pressure on you, and like that's not what I started Solankii for. So it's not like I'm gonna go ahead and like convert the whole thing to do that. But that doesn't mean you should be ignorant and like avoid things going on in the world.
I mean, I don't think honestly I disagree with you on that. I think you can ignore it. I think you can.
I feel like that's a privilege.
If it falls, I think sure, but people are privileged, right?
People are privileged, but it doesn't mean
if you don't have any business talking about something, like why would you actively try to like step into that? Like it's, for example, right now, like Apple isn't talking about this issue, you know, and they're just selling phones. Like they have no connection to that,
and they made their profits.
Right. Yeah. So it's like. And it's like, should they be talking about it? Maybe. That's an opinion that one can hold. Yeah. You know, Apple sells phones to both countries. Should they be talking about it? But I think that there's something to be said about, okay, we did not make the decision to start this war, for example. Why do we have to go and like kill half of our clientele by like taking a stance?
Oh, like as a brand?
I feel like as a brand or
even I was talking about being silent like individually. Like that's I think we still differ on that. But when it comes to a brand, like Apple wasn't created to fight the war. Yeah. Like maybe to document it. Maybe. Yeah, you know? But like I don't know. There's so many controversial opinions about this, and I'm still developing my own view, so I don't want to like really stand on something. I'm not standing on any business here, by the way. Okay,
not standing on business.
No business
not
here, but like
business.
I'm still developing views. I'm still growing, but
Yeah.
I don't think it really is necessary for business to get involved with what's going on in the world today, especially controversial issues. It's just like I really don't see a point, because that's like a whole different part of the world. Yeah. But individually, like, yeah, you're gonna have your own views and stuff, and that's when it really comes into play. Like, you shouldn't be completely silent, but you shouldn't be like,
so for you, mostly like
yelling on
right.
IG. Like, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Like,
so for you, mostly like on a personal level,
yeah,
you know, you hold your opinions and share if need be, but
yeah,
you wouldn't get your brand involved and stuff like that.
Not necessarily. I used to, and there was no backlash on that then, but it did, like, I was always a little worried about what was I putting out there, and people were reading it, and like, you shouldn't be worried about other people's opinions, but it's like, you literally.
But you want to listen to your audience too.
You do. You want to listen to your audience, but you don't want to like create a really hostile environment around your brand, and like.
Yeah. Well, that's what I meant by just being like a place where you come to just distract yourself.
Distract yourself, be creative. We want to have a welcoming and comforting environment. All kinds of people are like included, things like that. Mm-hmm. This might be a hot take.
Hot take alert.
Maybe he'll confirm in a minute, but you know how we're saying like brands shouldn't really get involved with what's going on in the world. Like, we could even cut this out if you want.
Yeah, no, I mean it's fine.
No, because we said we wouldn't touch upon, but I kind of,
I really don't. No, I don't mind, but I don't want to put you in the hot seat.
I just want to know. I want to know now. But I want to know, what do you think about all these brands like being aware of like for example, Pride Month was like pretty recent.
It's ridiculous. It's a cash grab.
I think it's so ridiculous.
It's a cash grab.
It's like,
are you kidding me? So for 1 month, you change your profile picture and then you release like some sort of promotional product.
I've considered
and then
the
next month, it's like back to business. So essentially, you're just milking this community for the 1 month. So you truly don't really care about them.
I know.
You're just doing a cash grab.
It should be there all the time if you really support it.
Because this is something that I'm very passionate about. And I'm Christian, so for me, it's like,
oh my God,
even hits home even more.
I'm pretty atheist, but like, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so if you go ahead, so BMW did the Pride thing, right? BMW changed their profile picture. They wrapped the car in with the Pride flag, whatever. Like, I really don't care. Like, if you do that, you know, whatever. Like,
that's awesome.
I really don't mind. Like, it doesn't bother me at all. But the fact is, for their brand, for their page, for the UAE, so in Middle East,
UAE,
and in China,
okay,
their profile picture didn't change, and it didn't change, and it didn't post anything either. So what does that go to show you? That goes to show you that they're just playing
You're not proud of
part.
it. You're not proud
of it.
They
don't really care about gay people.
Oh
they just
my God.
want people to think that they care and buy their fucking cars. So it doesn't, like, none of it's real. It's all fake. It's all for 1 month.
Yeah.
And all the people that think that they're being genuine are like, oh my God, think of BMW. But in real life, they couldn't care less. It's a room full of old white guys. They're calling these shots and they don't really care. Yeah.
And it's like, why? Like, and they're already making enough money on their own.
So
they don't need to fucking like do all that.
It,
I think you should, like, if it resonates, like, as a founder, like someone that runs their own brand, right. I think if it resonates with your values, put it out there. Be proud of what you believe in, okay? But don't do it just for a specific audience or profit or this and that, or even clout. It's literally chasing clout. That's
literally chasing clout.
At the very base of it.
Yeah.
And I
think that gay people caught on to it now. Because
They're like, it's like kind of almost ignorant to go ahead and do that.
I've seen a bunch of TikToks around this time, around, I think it's June or
This
July.
was actually very recent.
Yeah.
I noticed a change.
I've seen a lot of people where they were like, a lot of gay people were speaking out and saying, this is ridiculous. Why are you guys like milking our month? Like, you're just making money off of the month that's ours.
And
like,
it's so obvious.
It's so obvious.
It's so badly obvious. Like, you know, we definitely do support that community and others, and we like to make it known, but we like to do it in a subtle way. And you might disagree with how we do it because it might be kind of similar to what we're talking about right now, but it really does come from like a genuine, authentic place. I think it's the best way that we could support. We're not selling products specifically for that community, but we are like every magazine issue we put out, if there's like a specific month, like we have Black History Month, Pride Month. Right now it's not now, but it was Hispanic Heritage Month, and we have like our models are supposed to represent all kinds of communities, and we make sure the cover model is always representing that month because I think it's really important. Like,
think
that should be the highlight of the magazine.
I think that that's tastefully doing it.
Yeah, and that's like a subtle way of doing it.
The month exists, so you're not going to ignore it.
Yeah, and we have like a little blurb that goes out too by our head editor, and they'll write like something supporting the community, and it goes by me, of course. And it's just like, we want to show our appreciation for other communities because we're very South Asian based and we highlight our own community a lot.
Yeah.
But we don't, it's not discriminating, but we want to make sure we include everybody because Solankii is really about bringing people together and including everybody. We're not trying to be excluding anyone.
That's
you know what I mean?
I think that what you're doing is the right way to go about it. I think it only becomes problematic
if you're profiting.
You're only doing it. It's clear that you're doing just because it's a trend, you know?
Yeah. Oh, so bad. There were some companies, I forgot who, but they were doing it, and it was just so like I kind of hated them for it. Like, it really disgusted me.
So annoying.
Yeah. It doesn't even matter if you have a different opinion about the Pride community. Like, it was just really untasteful to everybody.
So for me personally, like, I don't have anything against that community at all.
Yeah,
like from a personal or from a business level. But I don't think like I'm not gay, so I can't really resonate with their ideals. So for me to like unauthentically make something just to like get on this bandwagon, that wouldn't be me being real. That would be just me faking something just for the public acceptance, you know what I mean? So I would never do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that you have to be a part of the community to be putting it out there,
right?
But you do it from a distance. You're like an ally. That's what you should be promoting. That you should be promoting like as if you're a part of the brand, like the community and things like that. It should just be, all in all, it should just be obvious that it's authentic and it's aligning with your own values as a founder. That's it.
Do you think that if somebody doesn't agree with that, that they should still do it?
No.
Yeah.
Why are you... What? No. That's like a hard no. I don't think you should be putting out anything that you don't agree with for the sole sake of, like, profiting.
Right.
Like, for example, you know, like, Solankii could be drop shipping, for example. We've already considered that. We've been looking into it. But it's like, it doesn't align with my values. If I ever do that... Just know I need money bad. I need money so bad.
Somebody make a GoFundMe.
And on God. Like, if I'm ever drop shipping, I need money badly. And ignore me, okay? But
it's funny you bring drop shipping up, especially during
I know, we have different views. I know we do.
I'm not against drop shipping.
Yeah.
But it's funny you bring that up because during 2020 when BLM was going on and all of that was going on, I know somebody who made hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Me too,
and all he did was sell BLM shirts to the BLM people, and then he sold MAGA shirts to the MAGA people.
Stop.
I kid you not.
Stop it.
He made 2 Shopify stores, one selling BLM flags, and another one selling like Make America Great Again flags. And this is all drop shipped from China, so he never even touched the product. So it also goes to show you that people will do anything for profit. You know,
but that was smart.
He didn't resonate with either of those.
I'm not saying you should do that, but it's kind of smart.
I remember also
it's a hustle.
He always does that.
He knew how to play the game.
During when Ukraine got invaded, he sold Ukrainian flags.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What?
I haven't talked to him since because he lives in LA now. And
that's funny that you say that because I know someone that did something similar, but it was actually with like LED projectors.
Oh, really?
And he made so much. He literally didn't even he was supposed to go to San Jose. He dropped out and never came to orientation, nothing. Like he lives in LA. He lives in the hills. And I'm like, fuck my life. Like, what the heck?
The internet has allowed people to really make a lot of money.
Yeah. And we're not.
And I love that.
All of us are not using that resource. I'm personally not using it.
I'm so mad at myself that I haven't done that yet.
Me too.
Actually, I did drop ship last year.
Yeah.
I did it was like something you spray your screen and you clean it. And it cleans your screen like right away. Like it was like.
Oh
really
my God. Yeah.
Yeah. So I ran that, but I only made like short of $10,000. It was super small. Yeah.
Okay.
No, but you gotta understand that $10K in sales, your profit margins are probably like 10% of that, 20% of that.
Okay.
So you're making like
that's true.
You're making like 1,000-3,000 at most, you know, when you break even. Because at the time I was paying for ads, but now what people are doing is that they're leveraging TikTok and how the algorithm is so good.
And that's just playing the game.
Yep.
I'm telling you. So like I'm saying, if I ever drop ship, I need money
She
bad.
needs the money bad.
I need that money bad. But we don't drop ship because we really think that it's important to pursue ethical values of like secondhand clothing and secondhand anything. Yeah. It's become a trend, and I think that's a trend. Like that's the wave that you should ride on for a really, really long time. everyone has hopped on. Even like my parents, who are not a part of our generation at all, they've hopped on. And Indian viewers out here, the brown community knows it's insane. They do not care about thrifting. They think it's literally the worst thing in the world. Really? My parents have gone with me or gone by themselves to Goodwill and thrifted on their own at this point, and that's like a huge step. But we would never really pursue drop shipping. We'll always try to avoid it as much as we can because, you know, we have so many other sources to use. Goodwill's right here.
I mean, that's not what that's not what Solankii stands for.
We're not about that at all. We really
that wouldn't be authentic at all if you drop ship.
Yeah, and if we ever do anything out of line of the authenticity of like just me as a founder, I would not continue Solankii like that. It's a passion project, so it needs to align with me. That's like going against the values of the brand. Yeah, that's not the reason I started Solankii, you know? Yeah, it's literally me as a brand. Yeah. So that would not feel right.
I feel that. And
I wouldn't put my time into it.
I think it's beautiful that you have that stance because it's easy to be a sellout and just like
you know,
especially like I don't know if you've been keeping up, but TikTok shop has been blowing.
Oh my god! You told me, but I haven't bought anything. So I'm not saying I don't buy from drop shippers. I try my best not to. Yeah. But I'm not rich. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm broke as shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, come on.
I actually bought 2 things at a TikTok shop, but they weren't drop shipping. They were actually. So there were 2 shorts from the guy that I was telling you about, Lukas, and there were a tub of protein. But that's just because.
Yeah. No. But you know, I'm so scared to buy off TikTok shop because I've heard that they use your credit card information.
Oh, you can check out with PayPal.
Yeah.
You can check out with PayPal.
Oh, say less.
So it's fine. Like they won't have your card info.
Damn, say less.
Yeah, but careful. You're gonna buy a bunch of things. It's so easy. It takes like 2 clicks to buy something on TikTok.
Are you serious?
It's so they remove.
They
all
know
the
it's too well.
Yep.
We're so lazy. It's bad. If my card isn't connected to my Apple Pay or whatever, like I'm not buying it.
Dude, for real, honestly.
That's like a later thing.
Just by having the Apple Pay or the PayPal thing there, it makes me so much more likely to buy it.
It's bad. It's so bad. I want people to have that access to secondhand clothing through my brand, and we're trying to get to that point. And then monetizing would be easy.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna tell you, that you can really start using TikTok Shop for your stuff.
You told me to, and maybe we've been trying to blow up on
because
TikTok.
Do you know how TikTok Shop works?
No, I don't actually.
No worries, I got you.
Tell me, what's up? TikTok Shop. Educate
me. So TikTok wants to compete with Amazon and like eBay. He wants to become like a marketplace because they make a percentage of what the sale that you make, right?
Yeah.
But for the time right now, they just launched TikTok Shop about a month or 2 ago. Mm-hmm. What they're doing is that they will create a coupon and they will give 30% on your order.
Yeah.
But you, Sanjana, you will get the full amount. Let's say you're selling a shirt for $30.
Yeah.
TikTok will come in and give you a coupon of 30% off. You're still going to get your $30. That 30% of savings is being subsidized by TikTok. So a lot of people, like, I got a tub of protein that should cost me $50. I got it for like $25. But the brand that I bought it from, they got the whole thing.
Oh my god!
Like they didn't have to pay for the savings for the promotion.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's going
because
on right
so many
now.
people are using the platform.
No, TikTok is actively funding these promotions just so people get used to buying on TikTok Shop. Yeah.
Wow.
So you should definitely leverage that. I mean, like if you make a post and you found this really sick jacket, like you could put that on TikTok Shop and sell it right away.
What is that phrase or like that saying? We're literally like pawns. We're literally like we're just
cog
a game.
In a machine.
We're just a game to what? Like who owns TikTok? Is it
ByteDance?
ByteDance, but like what country is it? China.
Oh, China. Yeah. I mean, half of ByteDance is owned by the
Chinese
fucking
government. Own us, bro. We're so.
I mean, that's why they wanted. India banned TikTok.
Yeah, they did. Good for them.
Yeah, good for them. No. We tried.
We need to be on. We tried. Like.
Okay, but if TikTok got banned, I would fucking.
Yeah, we would be fucked. Both of us.
I'm on TikTok like 4 hours a day. Yeah.
4 hours?
Yeah.
Better. No, I'm kidding. Better than me now.
Those are rookie numbers.
No, it is to other people. Because like we're doing hella shit. So I'm busy.
I only go on TikTok when I'm like in a call and it's super boring. So.
Oh my god.
Oh, my boss, if you're watching this, I'm totally in the calls. Okay.
That's actually so funny. No. I think you can multitask really good. I wouldn't be worried. Yeah. I wouldn't be worried.
I'll have like one eye on the call, one eye on TikTok.
No, that's what it is. They fucked up our attention span.
Yeah.
So we can multitask.
Like a goldfish. fish. Like
it's good
30
that we
seconds.
can multitask, but we are like goldfishes. I can't remember anything.
It's horrible.
After.
It's horrible.
It's so bad.
It's also
that's like a whole nother podcast episode.
Like,
really.
yeah,
like,
honestly,
if we remember,
yeah,
like,
if we remember,
yeah.
But
oh
I think I'm gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, go
soon.
ahead.
My last question is just, what's next for Sanjana? Really, what's the future for you, career-wise, for Solankii? You know, where in 5 years, if I were to run into you at a coffee shop,
oh my god, I
have
hope so. I don't know. I was telling you I'm switching my concentration from management to marketing. I don't know what that really means for me. I am also hoping to pursue a minor in CS, which is so off-brand for me.
Trying to stay relevant.
Literally just to stay relevant.
Right. I feel that. I thought about that too. But you can do a boot camp.
You can do a boot camp. Yeah, you can. Yeah. And I probably should, because I think when you're doing CS in college, you're literally just trying to get by, and then you learn everything on the side and on your own.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, and I've already done like a Google certificate in Python, but like I really need to learn more. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing at all. Yeah. I just started CS like less than a year ago, and everyone else that I know has been doing it since high school at the very least. So I'm not like, I'm just trying to differentiate as a business major. That's all.
I feel you.
Yeah, but I don't know what that means for me in the future. Anything creative tech-wise, that would be that goal, the dream, but that's not really as common as we'd hope for it to be. So, you know, my dream job, I've had multiple dream jobs. They all kind of correlate with each other. It's like project management, creative director, or event management, things like that. And I currently work at Levi's, right? And I really like working at an event center. I really want to be behind the scenes.
Have you ever thought about stepping up to their like media team?
Dude, I'm gonna ask them really soon. I've been working there for like over a year now, and I think I could, because I'm graduating soon. So I think they could really help me. Because that would be awesome. I don't know. I really think I could make it far when it comes to marketing, and I'm glad I'm making the switch now. But that's what I'm hoping for the next 5 years, anything like that. And then for Solankii, we don't know. We're finalizing it this year, or actually the upcoming year. If we can monetize, we'll keep it around. If not, it will be a stepping stone into my career. I don't know yet. My opinion about it has been changing, but I'll keep you in the loop. You actually have to be in the loop for that.
I am. I mean, I'm pretty involved. I'm pretty invested.
You are really involved. But yeah, I don't know where that's going to take me. I really hope that we monetize and it's around for a while, but I don't know what else to do with it. I could hand it off to somebody, but it doesn't feel kind of right, if anything.
I don't think you should do that. Yeah. I think either you put it to bed, which would suck. I really don't want you to do that.
No, I know everyone's
But it's either you put it to bed or you keep working on it, because I think that nobody's going to love it the way that you do. Yeah. That means that they're not going to put their back into it like the way
it'll die with them. Yeah. But it's honestly, I think
unless you like sold it.
I think that was like a comfort thing. Like it would, instead of it dying in my hands, it would die in someone else's hands.
Yeah, but you would, I
feel
like,
better.
I feel like you would still kind of be sad over it.
I would definitely be sad.
Because like if you sold it, you would feel at least like,
I want to sell it, but I don't know.
If you sold it, you would be like, okay, that's it. Like that's pure the chapter, like flip the page. But if you just let it die with like, let's say you start a new job, right? And you're like, hey,
that's the reason.
You've been helping me out. Can you just take over for the meantime? Yeah. That person would kill the brand, and then you would feel shitty. Because,
like I said, everything comes from a very like personal side of me, you know?
Exactly.
But I haven't even considered selling it. I do want to. I just don't know how that would even happen. I don't know who would be interested. Because like as a founder, as like the person in the middle, I not even in the middle, like from the starting point, like I don't know what my brand looks like from a third person view. People tell me all the time, but it's hard to believe. Like you might just be hyping me up, you know?
Yeah, I know. I feel you. Well, thank you so much.
Closing the book.
That's
We're done.
That was all the questions.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for coming. I've actually been wanting to have you on the pod for a very long time. So.
Oh my god, I'm so glad to hear that. I was really honored for you to even like ask me. I'm even more glad that we've known each other for a while.
Yeah, I know.
So it makes the conversation go by even easier. We've been talking for what, 2 hours?
2 hours.
Yeah. If not more.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I loved it.
Take this time to plug anything that you want, though. Do you have anything coming up? Any shoots?
So
anywhere people can go and kind of connect with you.
Yeah. So specifically, Solankii is really active on Instagram. We're trying to go on TikTok, but mainly Instagram. So we are called Solankii, Solankii.life. I'm sure you can tag that somewhere.
Yeah, I'll tag it. I'll put it in the description.
Beautiful. But that's where you can find us, and we're very open. I'm usually the one that's actually handling all the communication. So literally reach out to me whenever. I want to talk to everybody and anybody that's interested in Solankii. And that's kind of it. We do have events coming up, and hopefully you and I are going to throw our next event together.
Stay tuned for that.
Really, it's going to be fun. I really want to throw all kinds of events, not just like ragers.
Yeah.
Because when you go into adulthood, you're not always trying to rage.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to
chill,
back,
and you want to have like intimate conversations and things like that, and
actually connect with people,
and like not just be on fucking TikTok, you know. So that's coming out. We have magazines. We're doing interviews. We're doing all kinds of things. We just want to be there for all of it. We don't want to put a limit on anything. That's kind of it. I think the next issue is coming out, issue number 19. Then we're going till 24. And then maybe after that, we might have a magazine every season.
Jeez.
Or we might stop. The idea was to stop. See. But I might have a
magazine
for every
season.
Hopefully
she will not stop.
Exactly.
I'm lobbying heavily for her to not stop.
I know, but that will be for the next episode. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Sanjana Solankii. You can follow her on social medias down here. That's a wrap.
Thank you.
That was good.